hero? Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Who's That Hero, the show where we showcase all the finest heroes of the times, the best people that did the best things. I'm going to say the deeds of the heroes, and Lilith is going to guess at the heroes. I haven't decided what the prizes are for hero points. We'll have to figure it out. Let's talk about what you think some of the prizes should be. 1 point is the kind of a consolation prize for the Who's That turkey. That would get you a frozen turkey from Whole Foods. What should 1 hero point get you? What do you think?
Why don't we build the sandwich? So if I get 1, I just get like the sandwich bread.
Okay, we could go that route. That's a little different than what I was thinking. But we could build a hero sandwich. So 1's going to get you the bread. 1 point gets you the bread. What does 4 points get you?
That gets me the bread.
1 gets you the bread.
Well, no, just stop. Let me finish talking, and then you can hear the whole idea.
True to form.
If I get 4, I get the bread with the mayo and the vinegar and the oil.
Okay, the condiments.
And some lettuce and tomatoes on it.
Okay, condiments and lettuce. Okay, gotcha.
And then if I go all out, I get the full enchilada, but instead of enchilada, it's a sandwich.
Okay, so 4 points is going to get you the condiments and the accoutrement, but you need to get all 9 points.
Sure.
For the full sandwich. And I like that quite a lot. Let's just begin, shall we? Hero number 1, clue number 1 for 3 hero points. This hero spent their life secretly donating unsolicited large sums of money to struggling and upstart organizations focusing on youth education and green energy, including the funding of struggling schools in Harlem and installing solar panels on homes in Oakland, as well as anonymously paying the medical bills of people they never met.
Obviously, like the first thing jumps to your mind is like Donald Trump Jr.
He sure does.
It sure sounds like him.
Ding, 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 ding. Show's over. They're all Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah, but it can't be. It can't be him. You said spent their life. Does that mean this person's dead?
Not going to say.
I mean,
it does not necessarily mean that.
Okay. Is it Warren Buffett?
It is not Warren Buffett.
Is it Jimmy Buffett?
You don't get to guess 2 times.
I should do Jeopardy and just say Buffett, and then if it's Warren or Jimmy, you'll give me the point.
I mean, you could have done that, and then it would have been like, well, you got to be more specific than that. It is not Warren Buffett. I'm not going to rule out Jimmy Buffett.
Sure. That wasn't an official guess.
Mr. James Buffett actually was a terrific human being. All right. You didn't get that clue, so we're going to move on to clue number 2. Hero, I'm sorry, not turkey.
You know what my real worry is?
What's your real worry?
I'm going to biff out on all the heroes, and it's going to turn out like I just know everything about all the people in the world who are horrible, and that's why I was good at that.
I don't want that at all.
I don't want that at all.
I know you're going to get at least a couple points here because I kind of made sure of it. You're going to get the last hero. I know this.
The last one's probably me.
It might be.
It might be.
Hero number 1, clue number 2 for 2 hero points. When Lauryn Hill was arrested for tax evasion in 2012, this hero dropped everything they were doing to make sure that her 6 children were looked after and taken care of.
So Wyclef Jean?
It is not.
Okay.
That's a super good guess, though.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Is it Wyclef? Why are you doing this?
Is it Wyclef Jean-Luc Picard?
Why are you making me have to be a cop?
Well, this is called a bit. I'm just having a second guess based off the name of the first person.
It is not Wyclef Jean. It is not Jean-Luc Picard.
Or Wyclef Jean-Luc Picard.
Wyclef Jean-Luc Picard.
Wyclef Jean-Luc Picardi and soda.
So good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You know, let's just take a second here. Yeah. Let's move on to hero number 1, clue number 3 for 1 hero point.
Okay.
They wrote numerous songs and gave them away to other artists that they respected, including Nasty Girl by Vanity 6, How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore by Alicia Keys, and Manic Monday by the Bangles, all of which were top 40 hits.
Is that Neil Diamond?
That is such a good guess, and it is not. It is not. This is Prince.
Is it Wilford Brimley?
It's Prince. I just told you. No. It's Prince.
Okay. Well, there was another guess in Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley is not. Wilford Brimley did not write Manic Monday. Prince was incredible because Prince didn't tell anybody. And so he would just like randomly donate like giant sums of money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, to like, he would hear about a thing, a place like wherever that needed money. And if he liked the cause, he would anonymously donate this money. And these organizations and sometimes just individuals would just get this gigantic sum of money. All the media credit it to them being a Jehovah's Witness, but I think that definitely influenced it. But like, it definitely wasn't just that. Like, that was just who they were. They just were like, yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody. They wrote off some of it on their taxes, but they stopped writing it off, and like 5 years before they died.
Do you think that if you were in a restaurant and the waitress came up to you and said, anything else I can get for you? And you went, yeah, $1 million, and Prince was at the next table, then he'd give the waitress $1 million?
I would love it if he gave it to the waitress.
No, don't give it to the person who said that.
The thing with like Oakland and the solar panels, he would just like put solar panels on people's houses.
Wait. The way you said that made it sound like he did it personally. Like a helicopter would come by and Prince would lower down and like jump off, and then they'd lower it.
He would send an emissary. He would send like a person to their house and be like, hey, look, we heard you needed solar panels. There's an anonymous benefactor that would like to outfit your house with solar panels. Do you accept?
I love using the word emissary for that, because I imagine that the person came dressed like an emissary from Prince. He's got like a regal purple like general's coat.
Prince was a wonderful, wonderful human being that just did so much good, like all the time.
I feel bad for not knowing it, but I'm glad that everyone gets to learn this about Prince now.
I think the world at large generally agrees that Prince was just phenomenal, but like it's nice to hear the specifics, I think. All right. You didn't get any turkey points. I mean, I'm sorry, hero points. So you ain't got no bread for that. You ain't got no sandwich. You ain't got no sandwich bit. You ain't going to get a whole sandwich. The best you're going to do is some bread.
I can get the base.
And some tomatoes. So, like, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. So we're moving on to hero number 2, clue number 1 for 3 hero points. This hero has written 15 children's books that promote child literacy and self-esteem, as well as advocacy for LGBT plus pride and interracial harmony.
Is that Shel Silverstein?
It is not.
Did I get the name right?
Shel Silverstein? Yeah.
I felt like I blanked there for a second. I just want to make sure, like, all right, yeah.
I'm going to give you a little clue here. I'm going to add to this. So I kind of did that first clue as like to throw you off. You know this person. They're a celebrity, but like this is not their primary thing. They're not really widely known for being an author.
Is it Charlie Kirk?
I'm not going to say it is or it isn't Charlie Kirk. I'm going to let that be a mystery, because maybe it is. Maybe Charlie Kirk wrote 15 children's books advocating for LGBTQ plus rights. Oh, by the way, Walk Faster asked for me to repeat the clue. So this is for Jamie. Oh, shit. You didn't hear that. This is for hero number 2, clue number 2 for 2 hero points. A board member of the Starlight Children's Foundation, this hero has contributed millions of dollars and thousands of hours to charitable organizations ranging from charity hospitals, LGBT plus advocacy, and environmental sustainability.
Jamie
Lannister.
Is Jamie Lee Curtis?
It is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. Yes. It's not Jamie Kennedy.
It's not Jamie Kennedy. It's not Jamie Lannister. Would you have gotten Jamie Lee Curtis if I hadn't spilled the beans?
No, I wouldn't have. Awful people are so awful that their awfulness sticks in your brain. A lot of this stuff, like, it's not like, when Dan Bartolomeo goes out and is awful, like he goes out and he's awful in public. That's his brand.
Yeah, it's his whole jam.
Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't come out every time she donates money, or Prince didn't.
Well, Prince was especially secretive about it. Jamie Lee Curtis isn't secretive about it. Like, everyone kind of knows that she's a philanthropist.
But she doesn't have a podcast every week where she talks about how awesome she is.
No, she does not.
Whereas Charlie Kirk goes out.
She might. I don't know.
Charlie goes out and acts like a fool every week, and so it's out there.
He does act the fool, doesn't he?
He does
He's
act
the racist fool. Let's move on to hero number 3. Are you prepared?
I'm prepared. I need to get at least 1 point to get
you got 2
sandwich.
points. Yeah, you got 2 points, so you got some bread. You got the bread.
Yeah.
You need 2 more points.
2 points. Yeah.
To get the tomatoes and the condiments.
Right.
So here we go. Hero number 3. I know I'm in turkey mode. Shame on me. I'm thinking about turkey sandwich, and I'm wrong. I'm wrong to do that. It's a hero sandwich, and this is hero number 3. Clue number 1 for 3 turkey points. For 3 hero points. Oh no!
That's okay.
For 3 hero points. This hero has been an outspoken and prominent advocate for civil rights since the 1960s, was a protest organizer with the Congress of Racial Equality and the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and led the first known sit-in at the University of Chicago protesting segregated housing.
It's really disappointing how awful people are exposed to, and like good people you're not exposed to it. I'm gonna just go on a limb here and guess, is it John Lewis?
It is not John Lewis.
Is it Carl Lewis?
It's not Carl Lewis.
Is it Lewis Black?
It's also not Lewis Black. It's also not Lewis C.K.
Is it Carl Weathers?
Okay, we're getting ridiculous.
All right.
Now. Okay.
Second clue.
This is hero number 3, clue number 2 for 2 hero points, which you would need. You need to get this to get your tomatoes and your spreads. So here we go. This sitting senator is known as the Amendment King, having passed more roll call amendments for progressive legislation in his 16-year tenure as a member of the House of Representatives than anyone else in history, despite an extremely partisan Republican-controlled House for 12 of those years.
Is it Cory Booker?
It's not Cory Booker.
I don't even know if he's a hero.
I don't know if I would qualify Cory Booker as a hero.
There's a guess of Bernie Sanders.
There is a guess of Bernie Sanders. And I'm going to give it to you. It is, in fact, Bernie Sanders. Dresden Media got it. Dresden Media got it. You're playing against the chat now. You're pro. These are the pros.
Yeah, no. The chat beat me today.
Well, Dresden Media tied you today. Both of you have 2 hero points. Both of you got some bread. Congratulations, Dresden Media, for a little bread. Lilith, you'll be getting your bread in the mail. I'm just kidding. There's no actual prizes. I feel like I need to say that for legal reasons.
Every time I brought that up, you would say no, no.
Dresden Media wants to give their hero points to Lilith. The philanthropy of Jamie Lee Curtis and Prince is extended to you, and you now have enough for tomatoes and mayonnaise.
Oh, wow.
And honestly, the condiments of your choosing. Anything you we're going to Subway it. Anything you want. I also want to give Emily 2 turkey points for getting Jamie Lee Curtis.
What about this?
Or 2 hero points. 2 hero points. So Emily got some bread.
What if we combined all our points? You turned them in for a full sandwich.
Still wouldn't have enough for a full
sandwich. And then cut it into thirds.
I mean, you could, in theory, if you got enough points, but you didn't get enough hero points for a full sandwich.
How about this? Anyone in the transverse, if you live in Detroit, reach out through the comments, and you and I, me and this person in Detroit will go get
a sandwich. I love that.
Me.
Take him to that Italian place, because that place had bomb-ass subs.
I'm not going to take him to Subway.
Those were our 3 heroes today. Were Jamie Lee Curtis, Prince, and Bernie Sanders. And thank you for playing. Who's that hero? I have a couple things I want to add here. You watching and viewing and all that stuff, all you great people out there, you can support the Transverse by going to patreon.com/thetransverse and get access to exclusive content, including some content from Lilith and myself. If you were here from the beginning, you heard all the goofy banter and the jokes and all that. Every now and then, if I find that especially funny, I'll take that down and I'll chop it up and I'll compile it into a little thing called Itty Bits, and we put that out. And so there's a bunch of those in the Patreon that you can get access to by becoming a member. Also, you can get yourself some sweet Transverse and Being Trans with Lilith and Amanda swag at thetransverse.etsy.com. So if you're in the mind to buy a coffee mug that says, "Don't talk to me until I've had my hormones," etsy.com/thetransverse. Visit thetransverse.net. If you would like to actually be on this show and participate in Who's That Hero, You can contact us and leave an email at media@thetransverse.net. Tell us right now on the chat. We'll get in touch with you, or get in touch with us. DM us on the Transection Discord server.
Or send a raven to Detroit.
We'd love to have anyone on. You'll need a webcam, a stationary webcam, and a halfway decent mic that we can hear you. Just not too echoey, so it doesn't sound like garbage. Like, I can make it sound pretty good, but I can't fix the video. So you got to have a stationary webcam and a little bit of like a ring light or something. But
none of those roving webcams that are always
just a room with some light is
room.
Fine.
Please, no golems living in a cave with their precious. They're constantly disappearing. We can't do it, Gollum.
Can't have Gollum on. Not in the cave. Gollum could be on if Gollum had a good ring light and a nice webcam.
I also feel Gollum's take on what is good and what is bad is probably too skewed, you know.
I mean, maybe. I don't suspect Gollum would do well.
I feel like in the lore of Lord of the Rings, Frodo is a hero.
So that's true.
I feel that Gollum would disagree with that assessment.
Gollum would disagree with that.
He would very much disagree.
Gollum did not think Frodo was a hero.
Yeah.
He started out as a hero, but when it came time to cast the ring into the fires of Mount Doom, he didn't do it. It took Gollum and Samwise to destroy the ring. So
I would say that he wasn't a hero for making those movies so long.
I love those long movies. They're so good.
No, 90 minutes. Give me a Nick Cage. I want Nick Cage as Lord of the Rings. That's what I need.
In and out. I want to know.
I want the story.
Give me the gist.
I want the Nick Cage faces and reactions.
I would absolutely watch a one-man show of Nick Cage doing the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. I absolutely would do that.
It's a brilliant idea.
Nick Cage, if you're listening or watching, we would love to see that. Please consider it.